I don't know how to start a video, but I'm Nans, and this is Cultist Simulator, Perpetual Edition, apparently. I got a free key for this from the devs earlier today, and I've played it for about 5 hours today, and if I'm perfectly honest, I still have no idea what's going on. So I'm not going to be able to explain a whole lot here. This game is super confusing, and pretty difficult, honestly. And I feel like the more I learn, the faster I lose. But it's kind of like a roguelite, almost a deck builder. Almost, but not quite. So I think the easiest way to show what this game is like is we'll just begin the game. And this is probably going to look terrible. Uh, I imagine the text is going to be pretty hard to read in the video if you aren't watching full screen, because it's pretty hard for me and I am in full screen. And it is ridiculous, and I don't think there's a way to fix it really. You'll see what I mean, like, with this. But, we are the aspirant, alone in this chilly city with my useless education, my dreams. What now? Could I become something more? I'm probably not going to play a full run because it can take a pretty long time. My longest run was like 2 hours long. My first run, actually. And then nothing else has come close. But we've got some things here. We've got our health stat, got passion, reason, and gold, or funds, it's technically called. So this here is the, I think they call them verbs, the work action. So we take our menial employment and we put it on work. And this is the part that's going to be hard to read on the video, I imagine. It says another shift, mopping the darkened hallways, delivering post to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. There's a lot of reading in this game, which is nice. It's played entirely like this, so it's all the story you glean from these things. So we press start, and then it takes 10 seconds. And after 10 seconds are up, it changes. It says halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I've lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest, and my health improves. Dream is unlocked. Oh, we can go back. So we can flip these cards. We get 2 funds. We'll see what those are for in a second. And we get a health. So we still have work open. I'm going to pause it here. Pause. So we have this going. I need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset my circumstances is a secret blessing. So something to my dreams, there's change in the air. So this one's going to take 55 seconds. Again, it's probably going to be hard to read in the video, and that's just kind of how the game is. I can zoom in, I guess. 55. But, you know, you can't see much of the board when you're that far zoomed in. So now we have the dream verb and the study verb, which is the light bulb one. This is dream, this is study. Recall my dreams. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? Time is now passing. We get a contentment, and we get a passion, which is pretty useful. So passion, health, and reason, these three, are sort of like a renewable resource. You spend them to do certain actions, and then they come back after a short period. So we'll collect these. And now we can dream. So something I didn't realize for quite a while, but is useful, is you can click on any slots like this, and then it'll highlight cards that you can put in there. So we could dream about health, funds, passion. We'll get to that in a second. So next up is the change in the air. We'll unpause here. We can get a job pretty soon here. We'll probably want to do health. I'll just do that now, before we need the money. So we can put health in here, and it'll just do unskilled physical labor. And in 50 seconds, which I'm gonna put it on fast forward. But when this time's out, we'll get a gold. We'll get a, what's it called? I think it's like weary health. Fatigued. I'd consumed something down here. Oh, that was the contentment going away. A lot of cards decay if you don't use them fast enough. So time passes. Time, the sundial's shadow passes. I must have funds to live or I will become ill. Every 1 minute we need 1 gold, and it'll automatically consume that. If we fail to provide a gold, then an illness appears, I think. Or like hunger appears. And then if that decays like a minute or 2 later, then you lose. But here we get health fatigued, we get a vitality, and we get 1 gold. So unfortunately, the fatigued health will take a while to come back, 60 seconds, or we can nap, and then it'll take 30 seconds using our dream. Not always viable, but very useful when it is. A bequest arrives. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Studies unlocked. So we get 9 gold, a bequest, and reason. So this is sort of the tutorial life, almost. I won't show it in this video, but when you lose, you actually continue making progress in the same save. You unlock different legacies that change how the game is played slightly. And you get to choose between 3 after each step. So this one where you begin at the hospital is just the first one, I think, and then other legacies branch off from there. I've played a few, and I won't spoil them, but it's pretty interesting. So here we'll study the bequest. The approach we will use, we can either use passion or reason. I've used reason like every time, so I want to see what passion does. I'll read, theorize, pace, sketch, clutch at my hair and wonder, rise in elation, collapse in despair. In 30 seconds, it'll be researched. So we want to wait until this is done. Our health is restored, and we're going to immediately work again. We don't need the funds. We have 11 right now. But I'll read this first. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. I sense here a power that generals and kings would envy. A new desire burns in me. There's a note here. Directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. So we get directions to Morland. You get this pretty much every time, pretty fast. Sometimes you don't get it right away, but Morland's almost always shows up. Notes on a possible collaborator. Temptation for power. And a smith's secret. So we can click on each of these individually. If we click on Vitality that we got from the first workday, it says, use with another Vitality to improve your abilities, lasts only 3 minutes if unused. So it's got 131 seconds left before this will disappear. And that's why we're doing another work immediately, is because when we do the menial labor, it gives us back our fatigued health card, and it gives us a Vitality. And if we study 2 Vitalities together, then we will get a special physique skill that we'll see in a moment here. But we have notes on a possible collaborator. The correspondent had recorded his observations of me. He believed I had potential. He recorded his observation of someone else too. With time and study, perhaps I can find that person. Temptation power is, it's occurred to me that I hold the key to power. This card allows you to win a power victory. If you upgrade it far enough, dreaming about it might advance or change it. I have only ever advanced a temptation once, and I've never achieved a victory so far. I don't know what's required to win a victory. I have no idea. And it was basically by complete chance that I managed to advance it that one time. In 5 continents, the smiths have whispered the same words to the iron. Murderers have been known to whisper these words too, and adepts, of course. These words are spoken in ritual to inspire an unmerciful change. I'm not sure what that means. So the first thing we want to study, I believe, is probably directions to Morlands. The directions to Morland's shop are cryptic. When one deals in the kind of books my correspondent studied, one must be circumspect. So in 30 seconds, we will know where Morland's is. I believe. And we had it paused there the entire time just so I could explain things. So now we've got find Morland's shop, an ill-lit street at an ill-lit street at an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. Soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Morland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me before I have time to introduce myself. Explore's unlocked, and we also unlocked Morland's shop. So we have Explore now. Also, we've found an occult scrap, which we can explore with it to unlock secret locations. We'll do that in a moment. So if we take Morland's shop and we put it in Explore, then you can see it has a cost here. We add a fund, and we start, and then we will go to Morland's shop and we will buy a book. I think it's always a book. Work is complete, so we once again get a gold of vitality and our fatigued health. And now I will study vitality with vitality. If I devote some time to exercise, I'll benefit. So with that, we can pick up a physique card, which has two benefits. Found something noteworthy. We get our Morland shop card back, and we get the locksmith's dream, light through the keyhole. So we'll study that in a moment. For now, let's explore. No, I have to study this. If you pick up a card, it'll show you everywhere that it can be used if the tiles aren't actively in use. So we want to wait a moment. This is Bleak Thoughts, Dark Days. I must be careful not to let doubts creep in. Dread may provoke full-fledged despair. This is very bad. It's one of the easiest ways to lose. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about it at the moment. I'll dream with funds and try to get a contentment, and hopefully we can get rid of that. You don't always want to dream with funds. It's pretty risky, apparently. Nothing bad's ever happened to me, but it says it's risky. So we got our contentment. I don't think it'll go in there, actually, because we don't have any dreads. But we get skill, a stronger physique. Oh, and I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain health next time. So now we got another health card, and now we can work back to back with this. And we can use the stronger physique skill as the basis with the health. I don't know if that actually does anything. Oh yeah, it makes it slightly faster, 5 seconds. So as we continue doing this work, we'll get more vitality cards. We can combine them now to make... I don't remember what they're called. It's like vitality something learned or something like that. And we can combine our skill card with the vitality lesson learns in study and improve our physique. And it will get even better. So let's study the notes on a possible collaborator. I have a name, a description, a few tantalizing details. There are 1,000 faces in this city. So we'll do some research into that. This gives us a contentment card because we have no romance things going on right now. Up here, the wolf despair prowls elsewhere. No dread empowers this despair. It's over for now. So we didn't pick up any dread cards, so the despair or whatever it's called. I don't remember the lesser name. I think it's just despair maybe. It didn't activate, which is good. It's very good. And now I have an address. I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. So we get a Mystique card immediately, which has its uses. And in 30 seconds, talk will finish, and we will have our first acquaintance. I know I'm not explaining much here, but like I said, this is so complicated, and I still don't really understand what all is going on. So we finished our work. We got another vitality card. Let's work again immediately, because I want to get one of the vitality lesson learned things. Also, since study is freed up, let's read this volume of Locksmith's Dream. The parallels and mystic dreams experienced by carpenters, masons, and other artisans, and what they purport to reveal about the architecture of the world. Sometimes mordant, sometimes funny. No one has ever explained why Galmier devoted herself to this quixotic exploration of artisans' dreams. Man, if you want to learn some new words, check this game out. Contentment's about to expire, which is unfortunate. I wish they stuck around longer. So, our talk thing finished. We also got sick. I'll address this in a moment. The reply to your letter is courteous, if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name, intrigued enough to meet you. It's Slee, an acquaintance. So we'll collect Slee, and we'll talk to him. Together we might be more. Let us speak. Here's something I might work, or someone I might work with, a companion or a follower, but first I must give them something to follow, a society, a sodality, an order, a cult. So as the name suggests, it is called Cultist Simulator. A large portion of the game is basically founding a cult and getting people to join it, and then doing secret culty things. Okay, so I've begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. You've begun to establish your cult. It will need a little more before you can recruit followers. So let's collect this. We'll get Slee back. Put him over here. We got some notoriety. That's going to be a problem in a little bit. So now we have this. Choose founding principles. Tradition and compulsion. Old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. And we'll use Smith's Secret since it's the one we have. An occult society dedicated to the fire that changes and remakes. And then we'll leave that running for 30 seconds. Sickness, we've become unwell. It took our fatigued health card. And in 42 seconds it'll give us an affliction. And then we can go about solving it. Our job finished. So let's pass a little bit more time. Time and again we hear of the wood which rises from the world's foundation. All trees reach for light. What does the wood reach for? Is there a difference between light and light? I think the key to dreams of the wood might be one of these. The one that isn't exactly real. So we got an erudition, which is cool. It's the equivalent of vitality, but for reason. And we got a watchman's secret, which is interesting. That's actually what I normally get in this this start. I got the Smith thing this time, but the past 2 times I've done this, I got a watchman's secret. But we will put our vitality and our vitality into here. We'll start that. And when that pays out, we will get a lesson learned, and then I'll show what those are for. Here. Oh, I don't have a health card. Oh no. Is this gonna be recovered in time? It's not. That's not gonna be recovered in time either. Alright, well, I can't do that then. I don't think it'll stop me completely, but it might. So we don't have a vitality card. When you're healing, you put the affliction into dream. And you either spend a coin, which is what we have, or vitality. We don't have a vitality card, so away the coin goes. This is the wrong kind of attention. The city's rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? This is because we picked up infamy, I think, or notoriety. It'll probably suck this card up in a moment. Oh no, this is an adversary. So we might pick up an adversary here, like a weary detective. I don't know if it can be other things. I assume it can. Unfortunate that I can't put anything into here. Oh, it reset, and this time we'll be able to do it. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, we'll put our health into there. We don't have any work that we can do currently. There's always someone who doesn't understand or who understands too well. This troublemaker may seek evidence on my activities to share with the authorities. It's a weird detective. We'll just stick him over here so he can do his detective thing off in the corner. So we got vitality, a lesson learned. If we put this in here, we can see we need 2 lessons learned. I know the text is very small, but if we click on this, it'll highlight that. So if we get a second vitality, then we can upgrade our skill. Unfortunately, we don't have that yet. But we'll get more vitalities just by working. A cult with one member is only an unusual habit. I must have a recruit. We will recruit Slee. So when the dream finishes, we'll have our health card back. Collect. And then we can work to get vitality. Here we go. I've founded my cult. This is a step to greater power. Use your cult to recruit and promote followers. Talk with followers about your cult to send them out on cult business. Oh, that's not great. So we got Slee. So we got an injury apparently. Smith's secret. The temporary headquarters. And the unflinching order. And I got an achievement for that. There's an achievement for founding each of the different types, I believe. And this game can go on so much longer. I don't even know how much longer, but significantly longer. But I think founding the cult is a pretty good place to stop it. I think that's a good taste of this. I think it's a really interesting game, and I'm going to be playing more of it. Maybe not on videos, but I'm definitely going to be playing more of it in my free time because it seems very interesting, and I want to see how deep everything goes. But, you know, for now, thank you guys for watching. This is on Steam if you want to check it out, Cultist Simulator. Pretty good. And I'll see you guys next time.